Today I'm giving you some important questions of NEET and very important, twisted and maybe asked indirectly also, and state the difference between qualitative and quantitative inheritance. Quality is different, quantity is different, right? Qualitative inheritance is determined by single dominant gene, and presence of two such dominant genes does not change the phenotype of the organism. Means phenotypic organism is under the influence of one particular gene, but two or more dominant genes also, they do not change the phenotype of the organism, is a qualitative inheritance. The genes controlling qualitative inheritance are called monogenes. Very important point for the NEET. And this inheritance produces discontinuous variations in the progeny. Progeny means offspring. So it will produce discontinuous variations. And let's see that quantitative inheritance. It is determined by a large number of genes and that affects the progeny in all the genes additive. That means improve, add and show some variations, and they preserve the variations. And the genes controlling quantitative inheritance are called polygenes. Remember, polygenes. And they produce continuous variations in the progeny. The next question is, who coined the term gene? That is W. Johnson. Name any two characteristics in man which shows polygenic inheritance. What is polygenic inheritance? Inheritance of the genes governed by more than one gene. For example, you studied skin pigmentation in the textbook. Along with that, milk production and also intelligence. These two also will come under the same. Let's define the term allele. It represents a pair of genes of the two alternatives of the same characters and occupies same position. The position is locus on the homologous chromosomes. Next question. What is pleiotropy? Give one example. A phenomenon where one gene controls more than one phenotypic characters of an organism. You know that, children, genes will carry the information from the parents to offspring. That is the genotypic characters. What all the characters are entered into the offspring expressed externally is called phenotypic character. Here the answer is the phenomenon which one gene controls more than one phenotypic characters. Example is Physarum sativum, that is peas, green peas. A gene that controls and regulates the color, and also it regulates the seed coat. You know what is the color and what is the color of Physarum sativum, right? Next one, what is epistasis? It is that interaction between two different genes, but these are non-allelic genes. Interestingly, the word epistasis is composed of Greek roots that means standing crop, standing upon. Epistasis, standing upon. A good example of epistasis is seed color in the popular dog breed, that is Labrador Retriever. Labrador Retriever coat color genes only come in black or chocolate, where one gene masks the effect of another gene. Next one, define the term phototroph. An organism that can grow on a minimal medium and synthesize more of its nutritional requirements. An organism can grow on a minimal medium, nutrient medium, but can be able to synthesize most of its nutritional requirements. Next question. What do you call the kind of mutation in which a single base is added to the base strand? That's a frame shift mutation. It's a direct from your textbook. Next one. RNA was extracted from TMV, that is tobacco mosaic virus particles, and found to contain 20% cytosine. Using this information, it is possible to predict what percentage of the bases in TMV are adenine. If so, what percent? And if it is not, why not? Children, you can studied this technique in DNA. That means percentage of purines and pyrimidines and all. Here it is TMV, it is a virus, tobacco mosaic virus. No, so it is not possible in TMV because RNA is a single stranded, thus the base pairing rule of DNA does not apply. Very interesting and very, very important twisted question of for NEET. Next question. What would happen if the genetic codes were not degenerate? You might have studied the degenerating codes also, right? In the genetic code, it is only third base of the triplet which varies. You might have seen that. Check the table. If the codes were not degenerate, each amino acid is specified by a unique codon. Most single base mutation would be observed and which are unreasonable and not specify any of the amino acids in the degenerating code. Mutation is less likely to interfere with the amino acid sequence. Next question. Genomic library, you might have heard about this genomic library word, is collection of clones representing the complete genome of the organism. It is not possible to clone. It is not possible to clone. So, mRNA and RNA which are unstable, you know that RNA is more unstable than the DNA. Hence, it is converted into DNA copy, that is a complementary DNA, before cloning into suitable vector. So, such a library made from DNA or complementary DNA is called DNA library. Next question. Exogenous DNA can be incorporated into cells without using specific eukaryotic vector. You have to give the reason for this answer. Exogenous DNA can be incorporated into cells without using specific eukaryotic vectors. This is done by microinjections. You might have studied about microinjections in the biotechnology. Here, DNA is injected directly into the nucleus, remember, to be transferred by using micropipette. It's a very important NEET question. And this is transferred to DNA, nucleus of this one, by using micropipette. By another method called electroporation, DNA is transferred into cells by using electric current to create transient microscopic pores in cell membrane of the organism. Next one is pleiotropy. Refers to a phenomenon in which a single locus affects two or more apparently unrelated phenotypic traits and is often identified as a single mutation that affects two or more wild type traits. Next question. One of the most widely cited examples of pleiotropy in humans is phenylketonuria, PKU. This disorder is caused by a deficiency of the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase. Very important NEET question, which is necessary to convert in the essential amino acid phenylalanine to tyrosine. Remember, this is caused by the deficiency of the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase, and which is very much necessary to convert that essential amino acid phenylalanine to tyrosine. Myeloma, it's a very new term. It's a cancerous tumor cells used to form hybrid cells called hybridoma. Hybridoma means hybrid cells formed by fusion of B lymphocytes and cancerous cells. You know that T lymphocytes and B lymphocytes are present in our blood. That means this is formed by hybridoma, means hybrid cells formed by fusion of B lymphocytes and cancerous cells. Stem cells are totipotent cells capable of self-renewal and the differentiation in different types of cells. Children, you might have studied about stem cells. Okay, and that could be able to convert into any type of the cells. With the help of this one, we could able to treat around 80 types of diseases. Totipotence means from a single cell. When the complete plant is grown, then that is called as totipotency. Monoclonal antibodies are more specific than antibodies produced by conventional method. Next, you might have studied about interferons of our body, a natural substance that helps the body immune system fight the infections and other diseases also, such as cancers and all. Interferons are made in the body by white blood cells and other cells, but they can also be made in the library to use a treatment of different diseases. And there are three types of interferons. Interferon alpha is also called leukocyte interferon. Interferon beta is also called as fibroblast interferon, and interferon gamma is called immunology interferons. And Doctors' Day is celebrated on 1st of July. International Day of Disabled Persons is celebrated on 3rd December. And you might have heard about flavor saver tomatoes, Bangalore tomatoes, and that have been made. These are genetically modified food items, tomatoes, and the advantage of that, it will slow down the ripening of the process and increase the shelf life period, and without any compromise in the nutritional values, this is made. So it also reduces the waste. Thank you.